Hey folks, Steve here with a special check-in video for you today. I'm going to talk really briefly about kind of where I'm at, where I'm going, and what is next up. I have Valley of Tears here in front because I will be playing Valley of Tears at this year's Game On convention out here near Seattle. And I'm planning on playing, I believe it's going to be the Syrian Front scenario with a friend of mine for, I'm going to say like 2 full days. And then I'm going to be swapping out for having my wife play some games at Game On. So she plays board games too. Very lucky man for that. So I'll be there the first few days of that convention, really playing only Valley of Tears. If we end early or something like that happens, I may get mixed up in other stuff. I do intend this year to try to do what I can to do a little bit of coverage of the convention, kind of show what's going on. I know that Justigard, Justin, does a good job providing coverage of that on his channel as well. So just if you're interested in that convention, you may want to check out his channel. Check out his channel anyway. He does good stuff there and is now a game designer himself. So we'll probably see Justin there. We'll see a lot of other great folks in the wargaming community at that convention. I'll be locked into playing some BCS, a series, a system that I quite enjoy. This one's going to be interesting. I haven't actually gotten a chance to play this yet. We will not be playing my copy, but I have mine out. I'm trying to refresh myself on the rules. It is the most modern, aged, I guess, or it's set during obviously the 70s, so it's more technologically advanced, I guess, in terms of what equipment you have compared to other BCS titles, but the mechanics are going to pretty much be the same, excepting some new air stuff. So that's what I got to brush up on. This will be the main event for me. If I get to play anything else, I'll be lucky to do that. I want to make sure that my wife has plenty of time to play games as well. She's got some fun stuff lined up. I think she's playing Fire in the Lake at some point over those couple of days, as well as Commands and Colors Tricorn. Um, and probably some other stuff that I'm not thinking of. But she's going to be getting plenty of game time going there, so gonna make for a good family trip. Essentially, we swap out to you know do some parenting, but to make sure that we each get an opportunity to go have some fun. So that's kind of it for Game On. That's coming up next week. So I am going to be putting a pause on the rest of Red Strike for now. It will be here uh, when I'm done with all of that. So you're going to see this next video that just got uploaded. By the time you're watching this, that should be exercise scenario 5, Baltic operations for Red Strike. That will have gone up by the time this video is up. And I will be prepared to start on exercise scenario 6, the North Sea scenario, but don't expect that video for probably, at least by the time you're watching this video for the first time, or when it first went up to YouTube, at least a week or more. So there's going to be a little bit of a pause there. I know I'm kind of slow going with Red Strike as is. I'm going to keep going, but there's a little bit of break for the convention, so got to do that. When I am, back to business as usual, I hope to get through. My current plan is to get through all of the exercise scenarios of Red Strike. So there are still 5 more, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to try to get through all of those. And then we will play at least one battle scenario, um, maybe two. It's going to depend on how I feel. And then I'm probably not going to try to do a campaign scenario on the channel. I think that is probably beyond my capability and wherewithal to handle for a long period of time. I'd need to be playing that for a very long time, and I'm having a really good time with Red Strike. I will probably be ready to play some other things because once I have a game set up on my table, it's there for a long time. I do want to eventually get to some other games. We'll play that by ear. I do think that the battle scenarios are robust enough to be worthwhile to play and like feel like that's a game in and of itself, and the full campaign really is maybe best enjoyed with multiple people and just a lot more mental power thrown at the game than me just playing solitaire and having to very carefully go through every hex permutation of movement. I think that's asking a lot. And there are some other games that I'd like to try to knock out this year, put it that way. I think if I were playing a Red Strike campaign, it would keep me busy for like the rest of the year or a big chunk of the year, and that I'm not. I don't think I can afford to do that. So when I get through the rest of the intended Red Strike content, we're going to go back a couple of years and break out the Third World War reprint from Compass. That's another hypothetical Third World War game that I'd like to get on the channel and play. Been wanting to play that for a long time. It's going to hit a bit different now that I've played NATO, now that I've played Red Strike, but I still want to do that, strike while the iron's hot on this stuff. Somewhere in the midst of all of these other videos, I do have something. I want to think of it like a video essay on the coin series and the coin system as sort of a post mortem on the extended Fire in the Lake campaign that my wife and I played two-player. Um, Elsewhere. I didn't really cover that on the channel. I shared some session reports in my local wargaming Facebook group. I want to talk about my experiences from that and just kind of some, I guess, assessments of the coin system in general and some pros and cons and different aspects of it. I've not talked about coin enough on the channel. I played a lot of coin. I'd say I'm a proficient veteran coin player, but you guys don't get to see much of that. It's in a totally different context, and I haven't played it regularly in a long time, not counting that recent extended campaign playthrough that I got to do, which was a lot of fun, by the way. So it's not, that video essay is not a downer. It's going to be, I think, maybe a bit long winded like all of my videos, but I'm definitely putting thought into all the points that I want to make in that video, which is why it's taken a little bit of time to cook. That will show up somewhere over the next weeks or even months as I'm trying to get through more Red Strike stuff, Game On coverage, Third World War. Maybe I sprinkle in a few other tidbit games here and there along the way, stuff like that. So plenty of fun stuff to come here on the channel. If you've been watching and staying tuned, I appreciate that you're doing that. Um, if you're not familiar with my channel and you're just coming across this one, my videos are a particular style. They are long-winded. They are more detailed some of the time. Other times they're a little off the cuff, but I do it because I like doing it. I don't currently monetize my videos. I think there are ads on there because YouTube puts ads on anyway. I don't monetize. My desire is not to get the most views. I just like making the content that I like to make, and hopefully that reaches the audience that appreciates it. So I do appreciate you watching if you do watch, and I hope I can continue to make cool stuff that interests you in terms of war game coverage. I One other thing I'll mention, I do want to branch out a little bit more into talking about tabletop role playing games. That's a huge other hobby of mine that I don't talk about much. Um, and I do that quite a bit, or a decent bit. At least the last year, I've kind of been able to do it more than I had for a couple of years. And I've got all kinds of thoughts around that stuff too. I don't want to change what the intent of the channel is, but certainly I may sprinkle some things in here uh, for that purpose. We'll see how that goes, or if I actually get to it. So there you go, guys. Just a quick one talking about what's coming. It happens slowly and deliberately, but it comes when it comes. Um, anyway, take care, guys. We'll see you soon. Talk to you soon. Take care. Keep gaming.